Subscribe this channel, hit the bell icon. It's a deep request from my side to all my viewers to subscribe Dr. Biswarup Roy Chaudhary in YouTube. Just subscribe him and watch his videos for your health, your parents' health, your relatives' health, as well as your friends' health. Here in our life, we have to find out right person. So, of course, Dr. Biswarup Roy Chaudhary is right person for your life. I think that nothing is more than humanity. Save humanity at first. So please subscribe, share, and like his channel, Suraj Bhatt. An important message to all my dear students. The videos which I have created here in this channel mainly aim to help needy students of English of different levels. It takes a lot more time and efforts to create these videos. A single video takes more than 10 hours to be ready. So it's deep request from my side to all of you to promote my videos by watching it. Without watching, if you download it, the videos won't get views and promotion. Please try to watch it fully before you download it. If you don't like, dislike it willingly. Suraj Bhatt. Hello all my dear students, it's Miss Suraj once again for you to help. Today I have brought grammar section for all of you from class 12's upper intermediate meaning into words. I would like to request all of you to watch and listen this video related with Unit 13's subtopic emphasizing the right order very attentively for your better understanding. I would also like to request all of you to copy all these structures displayed in the video and also try to make possible guesses of these questions answers before they are displayed in the video. Unit 13 Processes, and one of the important topics from Unit 13 is emphasizing the right order, meaning towards Class 12 SSCB NEV Board. Now presenting important subtopic for you. 13.2 Emphasizing the right order. Now main structures for emphasizing the right order for you. There are altogether three structures to solve the questions related with emphasizing the right order. In structure number 1 and 2, I have used two letters as A and B. You should suppose letter A as first task and letter B as second task here. Before moving to the structures, let's watch an example given below. Example, go to bed, wipe out feet. Here in this question, we find two actions. Among these two actions, we'll have to confirm the first task as well as the second task. As we all know, feet should be wiped out before moving to bed. That's why wipe out feet is first task A, whereas go to bed is second task B. Now, structures for you. These structures are a bit longer, but they are really very easy to use. Number first structure, subject or you plus should plus V1 or A first task plus object plus before plus subject or you plus should plus V1 or B second task plus object. Number second structure, subject or you plus shouldn't plus B1 or B second task plus object plus before or until plus subject or you plus have plus V3 or A first task plus object. Number third structure, otherwise plus subject or you plus might plus V1 plus object. Now, example for you. Caution, go to bed, wipe out feet. Here in this question, go to bed is B, second task, whereas wipe out feet is A, first task. So you should write three different lines using three different structures for its answer. And the answer is you should wipe out your feet before you go to bed. Next, you should not go to bed until or before you have wiped off your feet. Next, otherwise, bed sheet might get dirty. Now, presenting the easiest way to learn the structures. In the very first line, we have to use should. A, first task V1, after that before, after that B, second task V1. So, first line includes should and before and A and B. Both actions should be written in V1. Next, in the second line, we have to use shouldn't be second task V1 until or before. After that, A first task have plus V3. This second line includes shouldn't add until or before B and A. Here, B, the second task, should be written using V1, whereas A, first task, should be written in present perfect tense have plus V3. So, first line and second line include should, shouldn't, before, until or before, ABB, ABB. Here, ABB should be written using V1, whereas the final A should be written in present perfect tense, have plus V3. The final line should be written using otherwise plus subject or you plus might plus V1 plus object. Now presenting questions and the answers for you. I would like to request all of you to make possible guesses of these questions answers before they are displayed in the video. Now question number 1. Pay the bill, check it. Here in this question, pay the bill is second task, whereas check it is first task. And the answer is you should check the bill before you pay the bill. Next, you should not pay the bill until you have checked the bill. Next, otherwise you might get lost. Question number 2. Win the film, close the camera. Here in this question, win the film is second task, whereas close the camera is first task. And the answer is you should close the camera before you win the film on. Next, you should not win the film on until you have closed the camera. Next, otherwise the film might get ruined. Question number 3. Win the film on, take a picture. Here in this question, win the film on is first task, whereas take a picture is second task. And the answer is you should win the film on before you take a picture. Next, you should not take a picture until you have wound the film on. Next, otherwise you might spoil your picture. Question number 4. Read the label, wash a blouse. Here in this question, read the label is first task, whereas wash a blouse is second task. And the answer is you should read the label before you wash a blouse. Next, you should not wash a blouse until you have read the label. Next, otherwise the color of blouse might run. Question number 5. Change a fuse. Turn off the mains. Here in this question, change a fuse is second task, whereas turn off the mains is first task. And the answer is you should turn off the mains before you change a fuse. Next, you should not change a fuse until you have turned off the mains. Next, Otherwise, you might get an electric shock. Question number 6. Bandage a wound. Clean it. Here in this question, bandage a wound is second task, whereas clean it is first task. And the answer is you should clean a wound before you bandage a wound. Next, you should not bandage a wound until you have cleaned a wound. Next, otherwise you might get an infection. Question number 7. Listen to the weather forecast. Go sailing. Here in this question, listen to the weather forecast is first task, whereas go sailing is second task. And the answer is you should listen to the weather forecast before you go sailing. Next, you should not go sailing before you have listened to the weather forecast. Next, otherwise you might encounter sea storm. Question number 8. Buy your girlfriend a ring. Ask her to marry you. Here in this question, buy your girlfriend a ring is first task, whereas ask her to marry you is second task. And the answer is you should buy your girlfriend a ring before you ask her to marry you. Next, you should not ask your girlfriend to marry you until you have bought her a ring. Next, otherwise she might reject your proposal. Question number 9. Wash your hands, eat. Here in this question, wash your hands is first task, whereas eat is second task. And the answer is you should wash your hands before you eat. Next, you should not eat until you have washed your hands. Next, otherwise you might get an infection. Question number 10. Close your windows, go out. Here in this question, close your windows is first task, whereas go out is second task. And the answer is you should close your windows before you go out. Next, you should not go out until you have closed your windows. Next, otherwise thieves might enter inside. Question number 11. Clean your teeth, go to bed. Here in this question, clean your teeth is first task, whereas go to bed is second task. And the answer is you should clean your teeth before you go to bed. Next, you should not go to bed until you have cleaned your teeth. Next, otherwise your teeth might get decayed. Question number 12. Have some driving lessons. Take your driving test. Here in this question, have some driving lessons is first task, whereas take your driving test is second task. And the answer is you should take some driving lessons before you take driving test. Next, you should not take driving test until you have had some driving lessons. Next, otherwise you might get fail in your test. Question number 13. Take the temperature of the water. Bath the baby. Here in this question, take the temperature of the water is first task, whereas bath the baby is second task. And the answer is you should take temperature of the water before you bath the baby. Next, you should not bath the baby until you have taken the temperature of the water. Next, otherwise your baby might cry. Question number 14. Resign. Find next job. Here in this question, resign is second task, whereas find next job is first task. So its answer is you should find next job before you resign. Next, you shouldn't resign until you have found next job. Next, otherwise you feel sorry about yourself. Question number 15. Prepare meal, invite guests. Here in this question, prepare meal is first task, whereas invite guests is second task. So the answer is you should prepare your meal before you invite guests. Next, you should not invite guests until you have prepared your meal. Next, otherwise guests might feel bored. Now, questions for you to practice at home.